An update tonight on a story we've been following for several weeks now. The father of a woman found dead inside a Northside smoke shop was finally able to track down the whereabouts of his daughter's body. 38-year-old Jennifer Corzat's death is now being investigated as a homicide. And as her father prepares funeral arrangements, he still has a lot of questions about her death.
I'm just wondering what can be done, and if anybody out there can give me any kind of closure.
News 4 Jax reporter Eric Avanier now joining us live with more on this story. Eric.
Well, it was back on July 5th when Jennifer Corzat's body was discovered inside this now permanently closed smoke shop. 9 days after the discovery, her father found out about her death after we told him. He said that her husband never called him or her siblings to let them know that she was dead. Now, since the last time we spoke with her husband, with her father, he said that he has managed to save her remains from being cremated by the city of Jacksonville so that she can be buried in Green Cove Springs next to other relatives.
Friday afternoon, Buddy Henson gave us a tour of the cemetery where he plans to bury his daughter. She will be laid to rest close to other relatives.
She didn't believe in the cremating, and she had told me years ago that if something ever happened, she did not want to be cremated.
But that almost didn't happen. After her body was discovered inside a room in this smoke shop, it was taken to the medical examiner's office. Then days later, her death was ruled a homicide. Henson had no clue about his daughter's death until 9 days later when we told him. He says her husband knew where he lived and how to contact him, but never let him know his daughter was dead. Henson called the medical examiner's office and learned her body was still there, but it could only remain for 30 days.
If I wouldn't have followed through and he didn't go up there and do anything at the medical examiner, she'd have been turned over and cremated because Jacksonville has a homicide account where it's paid for by the city.
While police have not specifically said how Corzat died, they are investigating her death as a homicide. When we spoke with the owner of the shop off camera, he said he walked into the shop and discovered her body in a room. He also said she had blood on her face. The owner told News 4 Jax he knew Corzat and her husband, but would not explain why she was in the shop. Instead, he told us we needed to talk to her husband, who lives in this apartment building. Early Friday evening, we spoke with him off camera, and he said he didn't contact his wife's father because he had no way of reaching out to him. Then he said he would not answer any more questions.
And he didn't mind contacting me before when he needed to borrow money or anything. That was fine. So I know he knew my number because I've had this same phone number for over 26 years.
Corzat was a mother of 6 children. 3 of those children were adopted by her brother. The 4th child is with its biological father, and the 2 children she had with her husband are with him. As for her father and siblings, they just want answers to why and how she died.
38 years old, she's young. That was about the age of my mom when she passed. I just need closure. The whole family does.
Now, because this case is still under investigation, JSO is not revealing any information or additional information about her death. In the meantime, Henson says he has begun the process of requesting the autopsy report to hopefully try and get some answers to the questions that he may have about her death. Reporting live, Eric Avanier, Channel 4, the local station.